The atmosphere inside HNRY Stadium changed the moment the referee blew the final whistle. The scoreboard showed a commanding 47-17 victory for New Zealand over Italy, but anyone who watched the full 80 minutes knew the score did not reveal the complete story. Italy had arrived determined to challenge one of rugby's greatest teams, and for much of the afternoon they succeeded. Their fearless approach forced the All Blacks to work harder than many expected. Yet when the pressure reached its highest level, one player once again proved why he is regarded as one of the most dangerous finishers in world rugby. Will Jordan delivered a spectacular performance that combined clinical finishing, intelligent positioning, and history-making brilliance. From the opening kickoff, Italy showed they had not traveled simply to defend. Instead, they attacked with confidence, moving the ball quickly and playing with real ambition. Their defensive line was equally impressive, closing down space and forcing New Zealand into uncomfortable situations. The early stages belonged to the visitors as they matched the All Blacks physically and mentally. Every tackle carried intent, every breakdown became a battle, and suddenly the home crowd realized this would not be another routine victory. New Zealand struggled to build momentum during the opening exchanges. Damian McKenzie tried repeatedly to inject pace into the attack, looking for openings from deep positions, but Italy's disciplined defense refused to give him much room to operate. Every time he accelerated, defenders were waiting to shut him down. Alongside him, Ruben Love searched for creative opportunities, attempting to stretch the Italian defense with clever movement. But the visitors remained organized and disciplined. Their tactical preparation was clear for everyone to see. However, the greatest teams rarely allow frustration to become panic. Instead of forcing risky passes, the All Blacks stayed patient and trusted their attacking system. That patience eventually created the breakthrough they desperately needed. Will Jordan, always known for reading the game better than almost anyone else on the field, quietly observed Italy's defensive structure. The moment he spotted a tiny gap, he accelerated into space with perfect timing and crossed the try line. It was a finish that instantly shifted the momentum back towards New Zealand. That opening try transformed the mood of the contest. Confidence flowed through the All Blacks, while Italy suddenly found themselves spending far more time defending than attacking. Jordie Barrett became increasingly influential during this period. Although he wasn't producing explosive runs himself, his vision and accurate passing repeatedly created opportunities for teammates. His calm decision-making helped New Zealand increase the tempo and ask much tougher questions of the Italian defense. Before halftime, Leroy Carter produced several exciting moments that highlighted why he is considered one of New Zealand's brightest young talents. Every touch of the ball carried genuine attacking danger. His speed challenged defenders, while his footwork created valuable space out wide. One outstanding attacking move ended with a perfectly timed assist that allowed Will Jordan to score once again. Unfortunately, the effort appeared to come at a cost, as Carter picked up an injury during the play and was forced to leave the field. It was an unfortunate end to what had been a highly encouraging performance. Despite trailing, Italy refused to surrender. They continued competing with tremendous determination, slowing New Zealand's possession whenever possible and forcing handling mistakes that prevented the All Blacks from pulling away immediately. Their commitment ensured the contest remained competitive well into the second half, keeping both supporters and players fully engaged. Then the match entered a completely different phase. This was the moment Cam Roigard truly took command. The talented scrum half delivered another outstanding display that showcased exactly why he has become one of international rugby's most exciting players. His service from the breakdown became even quicker, his decision-making remained almost flawless, and his ability to identify opportunities placed constant pressure on the Italian defense. Every attacking movement seemed to gain extra speed whenever the ball passed through his hands. As the game became more open, Cam Roigard looked increasingly dangerous. His intelligent running around the ruck forced defenders to hesitate, creating valuable space for teammates across the field. His influence was impossible to ignore, and New Zealand suddenly looked far more comfortable with ball in hand. Leading the team with his usual energy was captain Ardie Savea. Every carry reflected determination, every tackle demonstrated commitment, and every phase showed why he continues to inspire those around him. Although Italy managed to limit some of his attacking opportunities, his incredible work rate never dropped. Whether attacking or defending, Ardie Savea remained at the center of New Zealand's efforts throughout the match. Not every All Black enjoyed a perfect afternoon. Billy Proctor experienced a difficult opening after a defensive error contributed to Italy's early success. Although he improved later in the contest, he never fully imposed himself on the game. Wallace Sititi also endured frustrating moments, with several handling mistakes disrupting New Zealand's rhythm. Meanwhile, Luke Jacobson worked tirelessly but found it difficult to produce the same impact he had delivered in previous matches. These performances will certainly give head coach Dave Rennie plenty to think about before selecting his squad for the next challenge. While some players searched for consistency, Will Jordan continued producing moments of genuine brilliance. His second try perfectly demonstrated why he is regarded as one of rugby's elite finishers. He anticipated the play before anyone else, timed his run to perfection, and finished calmly despite heavy defensive pressure. Italy had worked incredibly hard throughout the afternoon, but every small defensive mistake was punished by the All Blacks' most clinical attacker. Then came the defining moment of the match. Will Jordan crossed the try line for a third time. The stadium erupted with celebration. Teammates immediately surrounded him, fully aware they had just witnessed a historic achievement. Completing a magnificent hat-trick, Will Jordan moved beyond one of New Zealand rugby's longest-standing try-scoring records, adding another unforgettable chapter to his rapidly growing career. It was a moment that reflected years of dedication, outstanding skill, and remarkable consistency at the highest level. His celebration reflected genuine satisfaction rather than personal glory. Individual records always matter, but helping your country secure another important victory remains the greatest reward for any international player. As the closing stages approached, Italy's tremendous effort finally began to fade. After defending relentlessly for much of the afternoon, gaps started appearing across the field. New Zealand recognized the opportunity immediately, increasing the speed of their passing and attacking from multiple directions. Fresh energy combined with growing confidence allowed the All Blacks to finish the contest strongly. Although the final score suggested complete dominance, those who watched every minute understood the contest had been far more competitive than the scoreboard indicated. Italy had tested New Zealand physically, challenged them tactically, and forced them to remain patient before finally taking control. Perhaps the biggest positive for head coach Dave Rennie was not simply the victory itself but the maturity shown by his players. They never abandoned their game plan despite facing genuine resistance. Instead, they trusted their systems, remained composed under pressure, and gradually wore down a determined opponent. Even so, improvements will still be required before tougher challenges arrive. New Zealand will undoubtedly review their handling errors, defensive communication, and set-piece execution. Against stronger opposition, those small mistakes could prove far more expensive. Italy also leaves the match with reasons for optimism. Their fearless attitude, defensive commitment, and willingness to attack showed clear signs of progress. Although they eventually fell short, their performance demonstrated they are capable of competing against rugby's biggest nations for long periods. Looking ahead, confidence inside the All Blacks camp should continue growing. Players such as Cam Roigard, Will Jordan, Ardie Savea, and Jordie Barrett are producing consistently high-level performances, while younger talents continue gaining valuable international experience. If Dave Rennie can further improve consistency across the entire squad, New Zealand will remain one of the leading contenders throughout the nation's championship. The afternoon belonged to many outstanding performers, but above everyone else stood Will Jordan. His intelligence, composure, finishing ability, and record-breaking hat-trick transformed a difficult contest into a memorable victory. It was another reminder that the greatest players do not simply play important matches. They define them, creating moments that supporters will remember long after the final whistle has faded into silence.